are electric vehicles green? Well, most of the people are going to say yes. And obviously their manufacturers often advertise them as vehicles with zero emissions. So they must be green, right? But let's have a closer look on this. We see, with the beginning of this century, we have already witnessed a lot of sad demises of many great internal combustion engines such as BMW S85 V10 engines and a lot more. And not to mention, a lot of performance oriented companies have already started degrading their engines displacement to meet the pollution and NVH norms as suggested by different governments around the world. The mood of the world is changing, and at a very rapid rate. A lot of so-called environmentalists are promoting electric vehicles. No hate to them, they are not doing on purpose, they are just unaware of the fact that electric vehicles are actually way more worse than their internal combustion engine counterparts. And obviously, due to this kind of unawareness, a large number of big businessmen and corporations are actually making profits out of this. So speaking of the traditional internal combustion engine powered vehicles, they run on fossil fuels. Due to the burning of these fossil fuels, carbon dioxide is released in the atmosphere. Whereas an electric vehicle runs on electricity, and thus we observe no pollution. No gas means no pollution, right? And thus these brands advertise their vehicles as zero emission vehicles. Now let's come to the reality. The first phase in the life of a vehicle is its production. Time to shock you guys with a surprise. The batteries which electric cars use are made from lithium, and not to mention those batteries are heavy. And coming on to lithium mining is not at all a green activity. So in brief, when an EV is ready to drive, that is when it rolls out of its production, it has already produced around 12.5 tons of carbon dioxide on an average. Whereas in producing a traditional vehicle, 6.5 tons of carbon dioxide is produced, which is almost half the amount produced by the electric vehicles. So yeah, now you guys may feel that it won't make any more emissions like those IC engines. But wait a second. Where do you think electricity comes from? In almost every part of the world, majority of the electricity comes from another fossil fuel, which is known as coal. So now we will be comparing some lifetime emissions of an electric vehicle versus an IC engine powered vehicle. And one more thing, by their lifetime I mean first 150,000 km of their life. So for our first comparison, we will be considering a Nissan Leaf, which is the highest selling electric vehicle in the world, versus a Toyota Corolla, which is the highest selling internal combustion engine powered vehicle. So throughout its lifetime, a Nissan Leaf produces 31 tons of carbon dioxide right out of its production line to the scrapping, whereas the Toyota Corolla produces 34 tons of carbon dioxide, which is 3 more than the Nissan Leaf. And now let's head to the second comparison, the Tesla Model S P100 versus the Nissan GT-R. Well, the Tesla Model S produces 44 tons of carbon dioxide throughout its lifetime, whereas the Nissan GT-R produces 48 tons of carbon dioxide throughout its lifetime. So that means if we don't consider the production plant emissions, we just save 3 to 5 tons of carbon dioxide in an electric vehicle. So there's not much I need to say more. And speaking of the pollution, the coal power plants pollute the environment way more than gasoline vehicles could ever do. According to a research done by National Academy of Sciences, United States, a statistical extrapolation reveals that if the number of IC engine powered vehicles are increased by 10%, there would be around 15,000 more deaths per year due to the pollution. Whereas if the number of electric vehicles are increased by 10%, there would be around 28,000 more people dying from the pollution, which is around twice of that of the IC engines. And now coming on to the renewable sources of energy such as solar energy, wind energy, etc. Well, for sure they will make future electric vehicles greener. But as the Energy Information Administration of the United States estimates that the energy from renewable sources would rise just by 2 to 3% in the next 20 years, and dependence on the fossil fuel would almost be just the same, with just a drop of 1% to 2%. Well, I guess this is just a wishful thinking that with time electric vehicles are going to be greener. And yes, one more thing, let's have a look at the amount we are paying to these electric vehicle companies for these electric vehicles. So according to the European trading system, to cut 1 ton of carbon dioxide we pay around $7. And as we just saw, we are saving 3 to 5 tons of carbon dioxide in an electric vehicle. So to cut 5 tons of carbon dioxide, we have to pay around $35 US. But one thing we are forgetting, the government subsidies to those electric vehicle manufacturers are $7,500 and ultimately we are going to pay that much amount to the government via taxes. So no need to say, if you bought an internal combustion engine, you would have paid $35 and now you are paying $7,500 to the government. And in my opinion, this is a very poor deal. And this does not even include a lot more in loans and taxes of these vehicles. And this is how battery and car makers are making huge profits out of it by fooling us and the governments all around the globe. So surprisingly, the conclusion is that an electric vehicle cuts almost no carbon dioxide, costs businessmen and taxpayers a fortune, and surprisingly responsible for more air pollution than the internal combustion engine powered vehicle. Well, congratulations. Instead of making your future greener, you are actually making it much darker by promoting electric vehicles. So what exactly should we drive? Well, if you really want to be green, just buy a bicycle. But if you still want to drive, go for the hybrid powertrains as of now. The hybrids give you instant torque like that of an electric vehicle, and they're comparatively light on the planet. And not to mention, most of them charge by themselves. Supercars such as Honda NSX and the Porsche 918 Spyder have already proved that hybrids are superior to gasoline powered vehicles as well as the electric vehicles. And as of now, a lot of companies are working on solar powered cars and fuel cell powered cars. Some examples are the Honda Dream and the Toyota Mirai. So the final conclusion, if you want to drive and still be green, go for the hybrids. These are the best. So it's time to wind up this topic. So thank you guys. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel and share this video as much as possible. I'll bring many more of such videos in the future. And yes, please keep suggesting me different topics in the comment section. Thank you guys and bye bye.